What's happening, good people? What's happening? It's your boy Vernon BigV's and back again. Today's date is December 29th, 2024. This is video 11. Video 11 as it relates to my progress on this wellness journey. And it's a great day, man, right? It's December 29th, it's Sunday. Time right now is 2:14 p.m. and I'm just thankful, man. I'm thankful and I'm grateful. If you guys can't tell just from listening to my voice, I'm a little under the weather. But if I keep it a buck, when you're just being transparent, man, let me tell you something. A few days ago, your boy was struggling. Your boy was struggling bad, man. Came down with a pretty nasty chest cold. It kicked my butt. Look, hey, let me just tell you, man, for those that's in their 30s and their 40s and above, hey man, look, let me just take my head off to you, because I guess I'm starting to realize, man, I'm 37 years old. I'll be 38 next month, Lord willing. A regular cold hits way different in my late 30s than what it did when I was in my 20s, man. This thing kicked my butt to the point where I thought I had COVID, but I had a COVID test performed, and nope, no COVID. It's just a pretty nasty chest cold. That's all it is, man. But hopefully you can tell I'm on the back end of it now. But man, if you would have talked to me on Christmas Day, Big V was struggling in there. I was struggling. But much better now. I'm on the back end of whatever this thing is. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to get outside and get some activity today. So look, man, I guess, first and foremost, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone had a phenomenal holiday, celebrating, spending time with family and friends, creating memories, capturing those memories, and just having a good time, man, right? So it's a few days after Christmas now. We got New Year's coming up, and hey, look, a phenomenal time to really sit back, reflect on the progress that was made through 2024, reflect on what went well, reflect on what didn't go so well, moving forward, and just really doubling down and leveraging the things that did go well, but being strategic and deliberate about what we're going to do differently as we transition into 2025. All right, i.e. the weaknesses of the areas for opportunity. We got to double down on those things as we head into 2025. All right, we got to be intentional about it. We got to put actions in place that's going to make a difference so that we can strive and do a better job as it relates to being better versions of ourselves, and creating the lives that we ultimately want for ourselves as well as our families. That's my goal. That's my MO. And I'm just sharing that information with you guys as well. But hopefully you can relate. As far as the recap for this past week, man, look, I came down with this. Let me just first start off and say this. As it relates to me staying disciplined on my vegan journey, piece of cake, okay? Didn't have an issue getting tempted by any meat products, no animal products, none of that nonsense. But you know what I struggle with more than anything is the processed foods, the processed vegan foods. I did have some of those things over the break. Some of that was by design. Some of that was, quite frankly, because your boy was just struggling. No excuse. I'm just being transparent with you guys, and just being upfront, okay? So, let me see, man. I had intentions of going to the gym quite a bit over this Christmas break, because for me, man, I'm fortunate enough to be off from work. My last day of work was, gosh, man, I hate that I put myself on the spot like that. So today is Sunday, December 29th. The last day that I officially went into work was not this past Friday, but the Friday before that. So you guys had to forgive me, man. That might have been December 20th. Don't quote me, but I think it was December 20th. That's the last day I've been into work. Had a few things that took place since then, man. Some family functions, social gatherings, all that good stuff. Enjoyed that, but I enjoyed it without compromising my discipline as it relates to remaining a vegan. But my point is, I had plans on really going hard on working out and kind of using this break as an opportunity to really move the needle as it relates to my wellness, weight loss, healthy wellness, going to the gym, and man, just being transparent. I did not achieved that. Okay. I'm being honest about this. Part of that, quite frankly, really was the sickness that I've been battling. It put me down. It hit me hard on Christmas Eve, which was this past Tuesday. It hit me hard on Christmas Eve. The day before that, I actually went to the gym, guys. So that Monday, I went to the gym. Tuesday rolled around. I wasn't feeling good when I woke up. As the day went on, I progressively got worse. I'm not used to that. You know what I mean? I'm used to getting better as the day goes on. Again, I guess that's part of this whole late 30s lifestyle, or this late 30s chapter, if you will, as I get ready to approach my 40 year mark. But nevertheless, man, I struggled on Christmas Eve. It kicked my butt. And when I woke up on Christmas morning, I felt 3 times worse than I did on Christmas Eve. That was the worst. That was the worst day for me. We actually had plans on taking the kids to the movies. When I say I had plans, we had already purchased the tickets. We were going to the movies. Don't quote me on the movie, but it's a movie about a fighter, something like that, like The Fighter Within, something like that. But we really wanted to go and catch this movie, but I had to take the L on that day, man. We had to reschedule because I really wasn't up to it, number one. And number two, I didn't want to get anyone else sick. I want to be responsible, man. Not everyone can have sickness the way that they used to, especially some of our elders out there, right? So I did the responsible thing. We stayed home. I got rest, got more fluids. Of course, we celebrated Christmas in the house. Kids opened their presents and all that good stuff. Look, pause real quick. Hey, man, one of the most underrated things that I realized and I kind of reflect on over this Christmas break, one of the most underrated things about being a parent is seeing your kids be thankful and grateful over the small things. Shout out to my kids, man. I got some phenomenal kids. They pluck my nerves sometimes. They do, but like all kids do. But I got some really good kids, man. I do, and I'm just thankful for them, man. I'm sitting here and I'm watching how my 2 sons are just literally getting excited over my wife cooking, a Christmas dinner, man. And it wasn't even nothing crazy like that. But they were getting excited about that. They were getting just watching the smiles on their face over something like that was big. We didn't break the bank for Christmas either. And, I saw how grateful my kids were just for some of the small things that we got them. And, I don't know, man. I'm thankful and I'm appreciative for that. Bottom line is, even though I was sick, I still enjoyed spending time with my family. Definitely reflected on how thankful and how blessed I am, man. And, God is good, and he's been good, and he's always good. And even when things are difficult, man, give the Lord thanks, even in those moments of difficulty, because he's still there for us, even when we don't know, or when we don't kind of aren't aware of all the good things that we still have going for ourselves. So anyhow, got off track a little bit, but just being honest with you guys, I'm thankful and I remain that way. So Christmas Day, like I said, we watched the kids open their presents. I stayed in. I slept a lot that day, drunk a lot of water. And, man, I think, I'll be honest, I ate some vegan crap. That's what I ate. That's what I ate that day. Vegan crap, like vegan pastas and, I don't know, man, vegan pasta, salad, vegan macaroni and cheese. Again, it tastes good, but the things that is made with, I'm not quite sure that I would consider that to be whole food, plant-based vegan. But that's what I ate. That's what I ate on. Had a couple apples, but I mean, that was that. The day after, I started feeling a little bit better, but man, not well enough for me to do anything active at all. So I took it easy on the day after Christmas, which was Thursday. I took it easy, still got some rest and all that good stuff. Same thing for Friday. Friday, I could actually feel like, hey, I'm actually on the back half of this thing now. So, but still didn't go to the gym. Went to go and support my cousin who had a court hearing on that Friday. Stopped past a vegan restaurant to grab some food. I never really had vegan breakfast before, and it's a vegan breakfast spot out here in Southern Virginia, man, in the 757 area that I slid past, and they had some really good food. Kept it moving, went home, rested up, chilled out, spent some time with the wife, spent a little bit of time with the kids. Saturday came around, and Saturday I already had some plans to go and just have like what we call it, like every so often me and a few buddies get together for bourbon night, if that's what you want to call it. Bourbon night, bourbon afternoon, bourbon with friends, whatever you want to call it. We just get together, man, and we sip on a little bit of bourbon. I went there, enjoyed that for a little bit yesterday. I didn't go crazy at all, man, because still won't feeling 100%. But I felt comfortable going around them, knowing that at that point, I don't really feel like I'm contagious at this point. But I still kept my distance from them. Had a couple drinks, and then went bowling when a few of the boys that I grew up with, when a few of the fellas that I grew up with from my old way went. And we actually didn't even end up bowling, man. We just kind of went to the bowling alley, hung out in the pool table area, and just kind of caught up, man. So that was a good time. While I was there, I had some cauliflower wings and some fries. Again, processed vegan stuff. So anyhow, after number one, my body going through the sickness that it's been battling, and then after me putting crap in my body that might be vegan but not healthy vegan food, after doing that for the last few days, I say, all right, big dog, it's time to get out the house. If you're feeling good enough to keep eating crap that you ain't supposed to be eating, if you're feeling good enough to go and hang out with friends and drinking bourbon, then you got to be good enough to get out, get you some exercise today. So that's what I've been doing, man. The time right now is 2:25 p.m. I've actually been walking for a little under 50 minutes for 2.42 miles, heart rate 124. So, you know, man, I'm doing good. I do plan on going to the gym after this video as well. So, oh, by the way, man, I've made some really good progress when actually loading these videos on YouTube now. If you go back and you look at when I recorded my first video, when you look at when I actually recorded it, like if you listen to the date that I say in the video, then you look at the date that I actually posted it, you'll see that I posted the videos really late. But better late than never, man. Finally kicked my butt into shape and started moving that. So before we start the new year, my plan is to be actually up to date with all my videos, which including this video right here that only makes 3 that I need to get posted. One of them I need to do a little editing to and combine it. And aside from that, man, that's that. So where am I going from here? You know, man, look, I'm gonna be transparent. I don't know what the scale looks like. Shame on me, or maybe not, I don't know. I'm pretty consistent with getting on the scale when I'm doing what the hell I'm supposed to do. But flip side, I know that number on the scale probably isn't too nice right now, so I hadn't gotten on it. Part of that just maybe the mental aspect of me not wanting to really get mentally bummed out while I was quote unquote down for the count. But I got to get back on that scale. I got to get back to being consistent. It's not good enough just to weigh yourself consistently when you're doing well. We got to weigh ourselves consistent. If you're going to be consistent when getting on the scale, be consistent. You know what I mean? If you ain't worried about the scale, then from my perspective, then don't worry about it. But it's not okay for me to be concerned with the scale when I am eating healthy, when I am working out, when I am going to the gym, when I am being super disciplined. It's not okay for me to just hop on the scale then. I gotta be real with myself. So that's room for opportunity as I transition into 2025 for sure. So just consistency in general, I would say. But what's the next few days look like for me, man? I really want to sit down and spend a couple hours being intentional about how I want to start 2025, how the middle of 2025 should look based on the actions that I put into place, and then ultimately how I want to end 2025 as it relates to my health, as it relates to my wellness, as it relates to my short-term goals, my long-term goals, as it relates to, even as it relates to from a personal perspective, personal and professional perspective. But for this assignment, I really want to hone in on the health and wellness aspect and just kind of compartmentalize that and keep some of the other things separate. That's my intention, that I'm going to sit down both today and tomorrow and do. That's my intent. Aside from that, man, I'll be working out getting me some cardio walking in like this right here that you see, and also going to the gym, hitting a little bit of weights. As far as how I'm gonna be eating, I gotta get back to it, man. That's just all it is. I officially go back to work on January 2nd, which will be Thursday. So I still got a few days off from work. So an opportunity for me to kind of do what I originally planned to do, which was really hone in on my progress while also maximizing and optimizing time with family. So I'm still gonna do that. Then we're gonna take I took the boys to Top Golf one day over the break, and then we also took them to Dave and Buster's, so they enjoyed that. We wanted to take them to the movies, and we also intended to take them bowling. So I really still want to do both of those, but obviously we're running a little short on time now. But bare minimum, we got to do at least one. So we'll see what that looks like, man. Realistically, I think I just gave myself an excuse. We got time to take them boys to both. And I notice I say boys because my daughter's spending time with her mom's side of the family over this Christmas break. So we really hadn't seen too much of her. So right now it's just me, my wife, and the boys. So it's the 4 of us right now instead of the usual 5. So anyhow, yeah, man, it's no reason why we can't make that happen. So I'm just gonna put a plan in motion so we can execute that, man. We can knock out the movies, and we can go straight from the movies to the bowling alley. That's what we fitting to do, all right? Anyhow, man, I'm getting a little long-winded with this video right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end it. But before I end it, y'all know the deal. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one goal at a time. All right, look, man, I hope everyone has a happy and safe New Year's. Let's start this year off the way that we are intended to. Let's start this year off like someone that legitimately wants to be better versions of ourselves, someone that wants to have longevity and a great quality of life. Let's start 2025 off with actions that's indicative of that person, that man, that woman, that husband, that wife, that son, that daughter, whatever the case may be. Let's start 2025 off like we legitimately are gonna be the best versions of those people that I just named. All right. So, man, look, again, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna chat with y'all later. I'm gone.